And good, and good. Holy shit. Pardon my French, but where has the time gone? I remember picking this game back up really recently. I got on, I was like, isn't this the time of the month that Test Realm was out? Back in November, obviously. And my friend Dustin donated me, by mistake, $25 worth of this game's currency crowns and a month of membership. So I went all out. What you're about to see is what happens when you take a game that is very simplistic, very flawed, and you put a guy that has no life and loves playing RPG-style games to death. You're going to see what they're like when they're next to fully geared, more or less. There's people out there that do this far better than me, but at the same time, Anyways, guys, I hope you're enjoying the Spyro 3 playthrough. That is going up. I have 15 parts. At the time of this video coming out, I've got 15 parts uploaded, and they are going to be played day by day into 2017. So this is going up today on the 22nd. Have yourself a Merry Little Christmas, a Happy New Year, as you enjoy the rest of the Spyro 3 playthrough. Anyways, today, you're going to be seeing just how ridiculous my wizards are. Why? A little bit of showing off, a little bit of documenting, and a little bit of saying, like you're going to see how bad we can go. So, I hope you guys like my Decidueye cosplay, because I got the bow, I have the bird hood, I might as well have the bird wings, and I got some kind of, excuse me, there we go, and I have some kind of weird shoes. In any case, let's get right into it. So, yeah, my damage, I'm stacked. These crowns are not for you, so don't ask. I need them for the next area when 130 gets released. 7.6k health. Balance is I think they have the second highest health pool in the game, tied with life, but obviously behind ice. But they get the job done easily with their health. 126 damage, 38 resistance, 29 accuracy. 424 crit, which applies to 25% at 125. The crit system is very flawed as it suffers a vast decay over the course of the game. Basically, it's a weird scaling system where you have to put in a lot of points to hit a threshold, and then putting in just a bit more will give you a lot more back. To put it in perspective, this isn't even halfway this is a little more than halfway. You need 815 points to hit 100%. Little bit of half the total, but it's not half crit. It's not even like if I were to go down to 410 or like 407 or something, I would not be at 100% crit. Rather, I would not be at 50% crit. I'd probably be at like 23, 22, and it's horrible. Enough rambling though. Critical block is also the same way. It suffers a mass decay, and it means pretty much nothing. So if you take a crit, you're not blocking. You're not blocking. Armor piercing, 27%. It takes a ridiculous amount of investment to get the jewels to get your piercing all the way up there. And that's why it's a big turnoff to a lot of people. I have 9 stun resist because I have some jewels. I really would love to get 3 more of those 5% and toss it in, but I'm not going to complain. I have the wrong deck on. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. Please. That's more like it. 435. But I have 107 pip chance, so my pretty much think of power pips as like your casting speed. Every turn that passes by, you have a much higher chance of getting what you need done. Pip conversion. This used to be a very bad dump stat at the beginning of Mirage. This update gave us actual base pip conversion starting at 110, scaling up depending on the actual character type. I think Balance has the best of it. I'm not sure about that, but Balance gets 264 base. I have my Revered Weapon to give me an extra 235. Further proving I have no life. And 9 Shadow Pip bonus. Very good stuff. Let's get into the actual gear. So, I have 2 hats for offense. The Cabal Hood versus the Justice Fez. The Cabal Hood is my damage per second item. If I throw on my Justice Fez, I lose some damage, but I get a lot more defense. And I obviously get a little bit more crit. So as you can see, I went up by about 25 points. Now all of a sudden I'm at 31%. You see what I mean by just improper balancing thereof? Look, I'll go down 25 points, and I lose 6%. That makes no sense. Not at all. I have my Drape, the Exalted one. This is the best in slot robe for balance. If you manage to get an alternative item called the Bone Smasher's Robe of Justice, I think it's called, don't quote me on that, it is also a very viable robe, as I used it very often, and I only recently got my Drape when I was helping a friend out, just for the shits and giggles. Pardon my French. I have a couple of boots to swap out. I do not have my Malastare boots, but I sure as hell got these. This was on they had a half-off sale, and I have to say, for these being pay-to-win, they actually made the pay-to-win bearable for once. I know, right? Like, who would have thought? But I have these, so if I pop these on, along with my Justice Fez, I said with my Justice Fez, I have 110 damage, I have 55 defense across the board, and I don't even need my deck to be the Rasputin deck. I could literally just place another triangle deck with an accuracy gem on there for powering through everything, and it's beautiful. But let's get back into my actual setup, shall we? Yes, I think that's great. I have some trash there, too. Wands. I used to run a very powerful pack wand called the... What the hell was it called? It was a Terror's Horde wand, I remember that. But it was basically the global wand that had 110 crit and block, along with 5 damage. But then I thought, you know what? The legendary weapon looks pretty good. Then I went one step further. Because my friend gave me a month of membership, I knew, alright, because participation trophies, if I may, because participation trophies are a bastard to get without doing membership-based PvP, since I had that month, I put it to use, and I got this. There's a comparison, too. Legendary, piss easy to make, as you can see here. Very piss easy. I just gotta dig out some antiquity in that, and I could make another legendary bow like nothing. I hope you're enjoying the Spyro music in the background, too. Great soundtrack. But this is pretty much what I use for everything now. The pip conversion is amazing. The damage is great. The crit, you get a little bit, so I can't complain. You get plenty of Pierce to go with it. You get fishing luck of anything, so there's your fishing wand. And you get 11 energy instead of 10 like all the Aphrodite stuff. So there you go. I do have a switch, though. If I need a little bit more piercing, and I just really need it, I will swap in this. But I hardly ever do it. So, yeah. Just I use this all the time when I'm playing damage on here. I've got my Thame of the Chosen One. I do have a Thame of the Dark Usurper. I don't have piercing gems to throw in there, and I don't care to get piercing gems to throw in there. I like my Thame of the Chosen One more. Come at me. No, but in reality, I had my Morgantha Thame way before I got my Thame of the Dark Usurper. And I decided, fuck it, I'll make my Dark Usurper more of a crit-reliant set. I have my Thame of the Chosen One there, and I have this, which is absolute garbage. That's for energy. Moving on. This is the only amulet you ever need. The reason this amulet far surpasses the Amulet of Divine Influence for balance purposes are the 2 Dragon Blade item cards you get on here. These are Dragon Blades, not Balance Blades. Let me just show you a deck real quick. So this is what people thought they were getting in 35% form, but they got Dragon Blades instead. This makes it primo for buffing. As for rings, I used to run an Alpha and Omega ring, but very recently I got my damage ring off of Aphrodite, also known as Plant Boss. Channeling my inner a friend here, the Signet of Carapaths is the best in slot. I can't even do this. I love a friend off of RuneScape. He's a cool guy. Hope he's doing good. Bodhi as well. Like, he's another one of my favorites. Anyways, off track here. Yeah, Signet of Carpaths is just the best in slot. This ring plus any other rings you get off of Aphrodite, you want for your characters. Trust me. If I'm going crit, I have my Mimic ring. Awesome. Now on to my bread and butter, Le Peterino. Double heal, triple heal, double defense, but it's not perfect stats. I just have a small little balance giver jewel in there. I think it's called, what's it called? Add balance, thank you. And the pet is named after my beloved beagle dog I had from back in the day, Bandit. Though I also have a fox with double defense, a little bit of crit, and the MC weakness. I was originally trying to get another, just a little more less of an MC pet, more of just standard whatever. And I ended up getting Maycast weakness and calling it a failure. Thankfully, though, because it doesn't have any heals on it, I can actually use it to cheese some bosses that cheat with heals, and I do get 2 Bladestorm cards, so it does have its uses. Fluffy is a lot less useless than I thought. I have the Balanced Whirlwind crafted, but I also got one of the Halloween wings as a gift from somebody, so there you go. Dex is also very important for a lot of people. This is the Rat deck from Balance. I also utilize a load of others. Here's the Baba Yaga deck. This is just a standard Interstellar deck for pip conversion builds. This I had unsocketed for more of a defensive line. This I crafted initially because it just gives the most copies of all decks in the game, and I just like having it around. This I use for something else, and this is garbage. Okay. So that's basically damage. If you'll know, like, when you see me with my Justice Fest on, that's basically my... Oh, hello, Winter Tundra. That's fine. Blah. Let me switch over to the... Let's go healer. So, in case you're wondering why I call this my healer set, all you people that are farming Lore Master are trying to get treasure cards so that you can get Pixie on your account. You guys can just you can pucker up and kiss me where my cheeks meet. I have it, and you don't. But seriously, I hope you do get it someday. This is a fantastic spell. Please get this spell. I don't care what school you are. Get your ass to the Lore Master, farm Pixie out. Best in-slot spell of the entire game. That is a bit loud. I'm going to turn that down a bit. There we go. Anyways, healing setup. Standard 100 Jade set. Level 90 Silver Order of the Spiral. A custom-made Athame of the Chosen One without going on it. The Malistaire Darkmoor, as we're going to call it. The Darkmoor Life Mastery with matching defensive jewels. If I had 27s, I'd throw them in, but I decided, screw it, I'll stick with 26. I don't want to go through all that work. So on the other side with another, I got that 115 off of Crusher, the 6% outgoing gem. Got that off of Crusher. Was so happy to find out that it exists as a drop. If I get them, great, it goes on here. If not, oh well, I'll stick with the 5%. But I got one, cool. This pet was this pet was supposed to be on my myth, but when I remembered that I had this and decided, alright, this has accuracy on it, I decided to bring it over here and train it up. And I socketed that extra 8% medic on it. Fan-fucking-tastic, pardon my French. And there's the tank deck. So, just to show you what my deck usually runs in here, I usually love running Pixie. I spec'd Satyr far before I got Pixie, so that's why it's there. And it still holds up pretty well. I'm a tank, so I got Brace, I got Cycle of Life. The moment I learned Pixie, I went and got Radical, because that means I can heal for 700 base healing at a time, with absolutely no drawbacks AoE. Unicorn, you can get out of here. Speaking of Unicorn, if I may, because I know I have some TC there. The TC Unicorn was 315. I can make my own TC Pixie to heal 650. So again, one more pip for double the cost. One more pip for double the healing strength. But what are my stats like? 77 defense. 20 life accuracy, so I'm not fizzling that Pixie. I ain't missing. Crit sucks. Block is eh. Look at that outgoing, though. 111. I made a post on Wizard 101 Central about this, but 111 outgoing. Fan-freaking-tastic. Pip conversion is a dump stat, and I have 94 pip chance because I run just one socket there. And I have a rat deck. That's not a rat deck, I'm sorry. That is an Omen. That is a generic Omen deck. But what else is there? I actually have a Switch, as you're about to see. This right here you had to pay for this one with a hefty price. I got it during a half-off sale, I believe. And I got this way back when I was trying to effectively make this build just as good as it could. But it saps my outgoing down to 102. But now I'll always generate pip chance. So this is basically my bread and butter setup. The reason Balance is so revered as a healer now, as well as just the 100% ultimate support, if we have Pixie, we can keep your ass alive with a standard life mastery and a little bit of fixins. But we can also give you these single pip blades and traps, as well as augment with both elemental and spirit blades and blade storms, along with their enchanted variants, and keep you going something fierce. Basically, the best way we can define Balance is we can do everything, but we can make you mere mortals into friggin' gods. Kind of like the priest class of Dungeon Fighter, if you will. You learn all the enchantments, Indemnity, and Aegis. It's just not in the deck right now. Nice boot you got on. Thank you, ma'am. But there you go. That's basically my balance in a nutshell. I am the ultimate support. Whenever I'm questing, I can go full damage, or if I need a little bit more defense to keep it going, I go to my main set. Let me swap into my damage set and get on to the next wizard. Entering character select. Please do not boot me. Thank you. Sometimes it bugs out a bit, and it boots you out. It doesn't really boot you out of the game, just it hangs on connecting to the server. King's Isle's had 9 years to fix these issues, and they haven't. And before anyone says, oh, but they're just a small developing company that, I'll tell you this right now, 9 years. There is no excuse. If there are any problems with this type of a game, they need to get it in gear. RuneScape communicates the problems and works to fix them. Even World of Warcraft is not guilty of it, and yet they still communicate that they're going to get this fixed and do it as fast as they can, for the most part. But enough about Warcraft and RuneScape, onto my ice. You're about to see how ridiculous ice gets, guys. Pardon my excitement here. Ah, my friend Jack's on. Cool. But yeah, the first thing you notice, I have 9,000 health. I have 9,000 health. 106 damage. I can't take my ice seriously. I am maxed here. Like, I'm max level. I have all the gear I need on this wizard. That's why I'm happy about it. Look at all of that damage mitigation. I have 4 of these damn things on. I could have 5 if I had a deck, and 6 if I had the revered weapon, but ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm sticking with this. Whew. What do I even have? I know I have 2 here. I have a 3rd there. Okay, 4th there. But yeah, 61 defense, 108 points of damage mitigation. 24 accuracy. It could be 26 if I had my Yevgeny theme, but I don't. I give no cares about having full crit. So there you go. Decent block, but it's Look at that though. 70 points and all of a sudden I gain 11. I gain 11%. Do you see the problem here? I do. Look at that, 50 and I gain 7. What the hell? 23 armor piercing. I have all my piercing gems for this. 20 and 18 out. I have 97 pip chance, 469 pip conversion because I am running a pip conversion deck on this character. I am not going to worry about a rat deck. It's not a main priority because you really don't need the rat deck in all honesty. Yeah, it'd be nice to have for the extra crit and block, but in all honesty, I'll tell you right now, the Interstellar decks / Grandfather Spider decks, they get the job done. The Interstellar, more importantly, just because at max level, they give you a free and easy triangle gem to throw in there. Sure, you only have 4 of each enchantment copy, but you'll get through it fine. 97 pip chance, 6% on the shadow pips. Now on to the actual gear. I have the Crocopatra's Blizzard Fez. This is the best in slot ice hat in the game. Do not worry about getting your Malistaire gear. The moment you get Abominable Weaver learned, you go and get yourself a bunch of Exalteds, find some friends to farm them with, get your Isis hat. It's amazing. I also have, as a little bit of an insider, I have the Kabbalist Hood, which can bring me up to 118 damage and bump my health up a little bit, but I lose a massive 15 defense, and I really kind of like that defense. The only robe that matters, the Bone Smasher robe of Cold. People are asking, where the damage at on the Professor's Horde robe? You really don't need it, because this just excels at it. If there was a little bit of damage on that Lydia robe, though, I hate to use, like, outdated terminology, but bruh, you'd be amazed. But yeah, best in slot robe here. Ignore the Malistaire one. Get the Bone Smasher one. Well, for the most part, get it. I do have 3 switches just in case. I used to run the Rockstar kicks, but you'll notice that if I were to run these and up my defense by 10 points, I'd lose 1,000 health. That is no longer worth it. So these are going straight into the vault, more or less. I do have the 120 pack boots because, again, half off sale happened, and I was gifted a couple of packs from friends. Thank you very much, boys. Yeah, these are great boots. A little bit extra defense. I lose a bit of health, but I gain that pip chance. These you use for PvP. I have the tier 2 boots, the mid-tier Malistaire boots, so I can't complain. I have a little bit of extra armor piercing, but I really don't use these. I would not recommend using the Malistaire boots at 125. Instead, craft your ice boots from that one guy in Imperia. Because you get hella health. Hella health. The only difference between them as well, I believe it's slightly less crit, 1% less on the shadow pips, but but you get way more health as a result. And for ice, that health is amazing. I am wielding the Tarlax Frost Tome because I can. It's just a legendary weapon. It's all around the best kind of one you can ask for. Damage, piercing, a little bit of crit, a little bit of pip conversion. Beautiful. If I'm playing a more tanky role and not really damaging stuff, I will switch to this. And yes, it's a green lance. Can it take a gander what my Tormentor's crit wand is? That's right, purple. So yeah, I have crit, I have and I have best wand. About to get Summer Force now. This is the Morgantha theme. Pardon me rambling on and doing a lot. And I need to restart the music. Go Summer Forest. I could have my Yevgenia theme and it would give me slightly more health, but I am perfectly fine with this one. 12% accuracy gem took me a while to find. I have all 119 gems on my stuff, and of course the standard piercing. Don't ask me how long it took. Here's the defensive amulet versus the Gem of the Grand Prophecy. I throw on the Gem of the Grand Prophecy, aka Morgantha amulet. I get a little bit more piercing, a little bit more just offensive stats in general. I lose a little defense, but I basically use it for questing because I can do a lot of work with those extra 2 blades that I'm given, now can't I? Look at that. Band of the Chilling Light. That is my pride and joy. That was the last piece I needed on my ice to be done, and I got it. Huzzah! Just yes, yes, and more yes. Plant ring is best ring. Get it? Get it well. I was going for a massive amount of resistance, so that's why I have the Alyssa's Chill Band with all that out there. I feel like a dipshit for wanting to use this, but hey, don't fault me. Prince's Glacial Band, pretty good stuff if I wanted to build crit. And I had this on here because this was a healing ring whenever I was jading. I used to have a dragon with double heals, double defense, but then I made this thing not too long ago. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it! I want all of you to look at it! Did not get DeFi at at Mega, which was very unfortunate, but I had DeFi gems on there, so... Ah. So yeah, now I have this beauty as my Ice's best in slot pet. It's a great pet. If it got, instead of Unicorn, if it got DeFi, I wouldn't have even bothered socketing anything on this thing. I would have just moved it, I'd just be twinking this all across my account. I could just twink this all across the account, but I want the extra defense on here, so for right now, it stays. Plus the extra blade enchantments help so friggin' much for extra stackability. I have a Night Wyvern. Yeah. I also have the Skyvern. I have quite a few mounts, but I'm not going to show off. Interstellar, and then just standard Arcanum decks for the extra crit if I wanted to. There you go. There's one more build I want to show up. Let me see if it has everything. I think this is everything it's got. Alyssa's Chill Band, Rockstar Kicks. So I could get myself up to like 74 defense, but my health, I lose like 1200 health. So I really don't feel like it's necessary for the most part. I still have 20 accuracy, so I can still hit stuff pretty well. And I still get my amazing damage of 73. Hey, Bodhi! I found 73! Here's your meme number. Ah, damn it, Bodhi. But there you go. Let me switch back into my main set. There we are. So yeah, my ice is stacked. He's ready to go. Oh, there's Ryan. My plant network, as I call them. Running out of breath here, but you can see how much time I've put into this. Ice is great. Probably the best school right now in the game to play as a solo class, because you get so much health to survive. You get so much power late game. It's just... They go from one of the weakest but sturdier schools. I am a tough son of a bitch to down, I'll tell you right now. Very tough son of a bitch to down. Oh, I'm going to be pulled into battle, aren't I? Please don't pull me into battle. Thank you. Oh, let's get the hell out of here. Velcor Hex Shot. In any case, let's go on to everyone's standard, oh god, why did you make this school? You're now trash. Storm. You can tell, they're high risk, high reward. He only has 5k health in his pool, but what you're about to see, well, I have quite a few builds for him. Which one do I show you? Alright, first off, I'll show you his standard piercing set. Pretty much just the standard go-to for everything I want to do on him. Well, almost standard, just if I need to go through a lot of defense. 107 damage, 48 resist, 43 accuracy, I'm not missing shit, pardon my French. 468 crit ain't bad. I have a good amount of crit block too, as you can see here. Look at that piercing though, 46. Who gave Storm that much for... What's even worse though, I could get 50. I could get 50 if I got the Shane Von Shane amulet. And I believe there was one more I could get as well. I have to really think about it. I'd have to really think about it, but I could get a lot more. Perfect pip chance, too, for my standard setup. That's just because I have the Malastair boots. And see what I mean? The only is 231 compared to my balance, so there you go. Onto the actual gear. Mally hat, Mally robe. This, you need this. You need this. Mally boots, sorry, that was lunch. I got my Dragon's Maw. I got my Dragon's Talon. I got my Morganth amulet. I got my plant ring, teehee. I actually have 3 pets on here. Oh, you're the burlap boy that I got. Never mind. I got 3 pets. This is basically... I should basically just be twinking this over everywhere I go, in all honesty. I probably will end up doing so, because I don't use this pet much anymore. Though that would leave this character without a healing pet, more or less. I got this way back in the day. I'm going to switch to my wings, because I really just want my wings. They look better. I got an attack deck on right now, but I do have my rat deck. So, there you go. I have a 100 pip chance without the rat deck on. That's why it's amazing. I have a farming deck as well with the same setup. But you'll see why I have all these decks. Oh, that's not what I wanted to see. So, we go to over here. This is the Golden Mane set. This is basically what I use for questing. Mally hat, robe. I swap out to the Kabbalist Stompers. I have a pack one that was given to me by a friend. Funny story. He wanted this wand for his character so much, he gave me 2 packs whenever he was splurging. I ended up pulling the wand he wanted. He did not talk to me for 4 hours that day. Still have you. Still have you. There's my rat hand. And I still have a 100 pip chance. 610 crit, so look at that. I have a load of crit going for me right now. 121 damage, 47 resist, 43 accuracy. Standard Storm stuff is standard. Let's go on to critical hits, shall we? Surely. This is my tried and true 100% crit build. 126 damage, 33 resist, 32 accuracy, so I'm still not missing stuff. The goal of getting perfect crit in this game is 815 points. So there you go. 815 points is your 100% crit total, 125, spread the word. But if you can get your rat deck with the setup I've got, then 842 should hold over at the 130 cap when it releases. So 126 damage, 33, 32, 100 crit, decent block, 14 piercing, so I have a little bit of extra. 95 pip chance because I'm running all the pip opals I can get a hold of. 7 power shadow hit bonus and standard that. So yes, Kabbalist, that. A modified version of another Dragon's Talon, just a swap. I don't have plus 17 gems in here, and I really don't care to get them because right now I have a 100 pip chance. Got my Lady of Spiders. I have the Rat Amulet for Storm. Don't use it. It really doesn't help all that much, in my opinion. 250 keys later, I get this. Good God, I still don't even have all the gems in here for it. This is a crit pet that I made. It got Pain Giver, and I was yes. Then I got MC Unicorn and Epic. I was like, ah. But I said, all right, let's bring you up. Let's see if you can get a 3rd crit talent. And indeed it does. So I just socketed in Storm Giver, and it's got a great spread there. And obviously Rat Deck is Rat Deck. Over here. Lastly, of course, is the damage set. Now, if I want to maintain some defense, I'll rock 141 with 34 resistance and 43 accuracy, just running basically your full Malastair setup, and going with more damage-oriented gear, such as the legendary weapon. That I have a triple damage pet, well, double damage with sockets. It failed on me, but I use it. Why not? Why not? And the block does look nice, just it's not what I would want. I have a decent deck here, but I'll usually use the rat deck because I can. But I don't need to because, bam, 100 pip chance. If I want to forego all my pip chance, though, and just go for in defense and go full-on damage, I have 5 and 9 crit, so I have a decent crit. I have decent piercing. Decent pip chance, I just have to equip the correct deck, which is you, or let's just put you on as a placeholder. So there's your crit, there's that, there's that, there's that, there's that. 155 damage. That's my high score right there. Fire can go higher, but the reason people prefer Storm over Fire is Storm has the higher base damage on cards. To put it in perspective, Raging Bull will get, I believe it's don't quote me on this. I think it's 875. I think it's like they get like a ridiculously low damaging spell called Raging Bull that is a great bread and butter AoE for them after they get through Polaris, but just it doesn't hold a candle to Glowbug's AoE. They get it earlier, and it's just overall better for most things because it breaks all blades. In terms of single target damage, comparing Storm Owl to Sun Serpent, Owl just has way more base damage. Rusalka's a fair bit behind. It can be behind by 180 points, but Rusalka's just seen better as a faster alternative to just downing things. And of course, I affectionately refer to this thing as the maiden that demands sacrifice because she was drowned at sea, so now she's going to take your blood as tribute. Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves. Perhaps the same could be said of all religion. Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you. What is a man? Crack. A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. The maiden demands sacrifice! Just having some fun there. But yeah, 155. All because I got my Cabalist Hood. Look at the comparison, though. 8 more damage. God damn. Making the comparison as well, as well. 6 more damage. Yeah. This is still your best in slot robe, though. Seriously. Ione's Sword. If I didn't have this pack one for critting, I would use the Hades Staff. Sky Iron Haste is also good, too. I should probably twink that over to my shared bank. But, yeah. Let me get back into my main squeeze setup. Ah, fuck. We'll go into my speed set because I was farming here before. But, yeah. That's pretty much all my characters that I've got up to now. These are my maxed, best in slot, fully geared out characters. The pets are lacking, yeah. But I really don't give two shits, pardon my French again, about working on getting everything done. Like, I don't want to worry about spending 174,000 Mega Snacks to get the best in slot damage pets. I don't need to worry about like 5 damage with a DeFi or whatever in the socket. I can't be asked to. I'm not going to go that hardcore. That's like min-maxing at that point, and min-maxing is fucking hard. I'll go after gear, but I won't go after pets. Best way I can look at it. I do have this myth here that I'm working on, but he's not ready. I gotta max him out, because I got a rat deck sitting in my bank. I don't know when the hell I'm going on to this one, and I have no idea when the hell I'm going on to this one. Yes, that is tier 70. Meowie RD Archmage dual gear. Cane Stick Shaw? No modern knight should be seen without it. But yeah. I'll just switch back to my Bird Archer for this little outro. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. This is just a nice little documentation of what have I done. This is just a game that I play whenever I'm not recording and all that good stuff. Again, since this is going up right away, please, guys, drive safe on the ice if it's very icy. It's actually pretty nice out today. A little bit of rain, though. I hope you guys have safe and happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Christmas. God damn it. Beep, beep. Please have yourselves a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a Happy Kwanzaa. I know people celebrate that fourth old holiday of Ramadan, which is where you don't eat for 24 hours, so I hope it goes well for you there. And have a Happy New Year, and I will see you guys in 2018 with hopefully something more. Well, I hope so. This computer's going to go on. This computer's already 7 years old that I'm recording off of, so there you go. I really do hope I land a job as well. Here's to a Happy New Year, guys. I will see you guys next time with, well, you'll be seeing past footage up later today of some Spyro 3, but I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Peace out. I'm signing off. Have yourselves a fantastic of whatever. This is going on too long. I will turn off my music now. Cheers!